let's go ahead and let's lean over to, the Jenna Jameson situation. And, you being with her, you's married with her, right? For a little while.
Minute.
Tell us a little bit about that. I mean, shit, let's take our time. This is you writing this one.
I ain't even really talked about this on my podcast. So you getting the first of this. Man, I really wanted, when I met her, she was in a bad spot. She was drinking and shit. And I told her straight up, like, I can't do this. Like, I've had issues myself with acting right and not, acting like a degenerate. And I'm trying to act right in life right now. Last thing I need is some alcoholic fucking girlfriend bringing me back down. You can't do this. So she quit drinking. And she stayed sober the whole time we were together. And she had, what the fuck is it called? It's the porn star party con in Chicago. What the fuck?
Yeah.
You know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, they do fucking the AV. No,
it wasn't
AVNs is only here in Vegas. Right? They do the AVNs every year.
Right.
In Vegas. Exotica.
So she went to Chicago for.
It's like those con type of where they all come out and display their shit and sell their merch and talk. I get
So she goes to Exotica, and I start, and you're getting the raw shit right now. I've said some of this shit on live streams and stuff, but this is the first podcast that got any of this. She started drinking, and our shared assistant manager, manager assistant type person, had gone with her and told me she was drinking. I was like, why are you letting her drink? She is not supposed to be drinking. The woman barely has a fucking liver left. What are you doing?
Who's letting her do this?
Our manager, her assistant. And Jenna had told her that it was cool. Jessi don't mind if I have a glass of champagne or two. I do fucking mind. I did mind. I was never okay with that. I think she might have had a glass of champagne on her birthday and a glass of champagne on my best friend's birthday and then another glass of champagne on New Year's. But I had to keep that pretty tame because every time I'd say, sure, it's a special occasion, have a glass of champagne, it was another glass and another glass and another glass. And next thing you know, I'm fucked up because I'm drinking all of her champagne.
Yeah.
So she quit. She was supposed to be quit drinking. She was drinking in Chicago, and Jen let me know. And I told Jenna, I was like, I know you're drinking. And she lied. She denied it. She said she wasn't drinking. And I was like, there's pictures already posted on Reddit of you with a champagne glass in your hand, and it was a lie. I lied to her because I knew that she would tell the truth when she thought she was caught red-handed. And she was like, I'm a grown woman. I can have a glass of champagne if I want to. I'm like, how many have you had? You can't be getting up there acting sloppy. You have a reputation for being an addict, and you have people that look up to you and look to you for that. If Jenna can do it, I can do it. And you're not just letting yourself down. You're letting me down, and you're letting them down. She didn't take that well, She's never really been one to be able to look in the mirror and face what she sees. So then it turned into me being the bad guy. You're controlling. You can't I'm a grown woman. It's like, why don't you just come home? Let's figure this out. And she was saying she didn't want to come home. I was like, all right, fine. Don't fucking come home. I ain't got to worry about your ass no more because you're a fucking problem, to be honest.
Right.
So when I finally said, hey, I'm done trying to save you. I'm done trying to help you. That's it. I'm glad you're gone. We'd had problems before. She was mean. She was mean as fuck. And I tell her, I'd be like, hey, you need to get your attitude in shape. She'd say, get the fuck out of my house. Bitch, this is my house, first of all. What you talking about?
Off that liquor.
And no, she was sober.
Damn.
She'd be saying this shit sober.
Even worse.
And then she'd go, she'd act like she was packing her shit. Where the fuck are you going? I done called your ex-bodyguard and asked about the return policy, and they said it was a no-go. So, you just gonna go walk down the streets of Las Vegas, Jenna Jameson? The fuck? What was I supposed to do? She's mentally ill, This is girl interrupter we're dealing with. I can't let Granny go walking down the fucking streets.
You don't, a question for you, and I want to definitely get back on her and hear the story. You don't think some of the chicks, because I always feel like all of us come from the game, we have something wrong with us, right? To do what we do, or whatever the case may be. But do you feel like it falls astray to say that, OnlyFans or porn stars or, they don't have any type of problems, any type of, to do what they're doing? Is it normal? Could we say it's normal?
Is what normal is having like, you know,
Doing porn. You know what I'm saying? Being in relationships and just
it's been
trying to live a
normalized.
fulfilling life.
I know several porn stars, and I know some porn stars that are definitely traumatized as fuck, and they just laugh their way through the trauma, and they do their fucking job, and that's what they have learned to do to make their money, and that's where they found success, and they just do it. I also know porn stars that fucking love what they do. They love fucking. It makes them feel sexy. It makes them feel empowered.
I know quite a few.
I mean, I can name Sophia Locke off the top of my head. Like, Sophia is a good friend of mine. I don't mind naming her. She's not going to mind me naming her. But she loves what she does. She's one of the happiest porn stars I've ever met in my life.
You know,
sure. And there's no trauma. She came from like a great home. I've interviewed her on my podcast. Like, it's not like she came from daddy issues or anything. Like, she just likes her job. She does a good job at it, you know?
I feel that way about I don't know, she probably wouldn't mind me mentioning her name either, Cherie DeVille. Like, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, America's stepmom. Like, they put that woman in position. Like, she loves what she does.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and
for
it's, and I feel that like it's normalized, but to a certain extent, just like they would say pimping and hoeing, you know, we all chose this shit, you know what I mean? But would they ever say it's normalized? You know what I'm saying?
No,
Absolutely not.
It depends on what perspective you're looking at it from. I mean,
we're looking at the real perspective.
Are we looking at it from LA or are we looking at it from Birmingham, Alabama?
We're looking at it from all around
Because
situation.
in Alabama, they're going to say, no, that shit ain't normal. You're going to hell. It's a sin. And in LA, everybody's going to say, you know, there's no shame in doing work as long as you're not hurting anybody. Like, they embrace sex workers. So culturally, there's a lot of things culturally that are normal on one side and are not normal on the other. You know, like chewing tobacco is a really normal thing to do in Alabama, but I don't see a whole lot of people doing it in LA. It's just, we're in the same country, but there's so many different cultures in this country.
Well, I feel like it's hard to compare it to tobacco. You know,
right?
When we really look at the situation as a whole, is it normal? Like,
look at homosexuality.
Do they not have? Okay, do we say that there's no type of mental, like anything, like to do what you're doing and still move on, like to even understand?
There's got to be something there. There's got to be something there that's different from, because I don't believe that that's something that I could do. I just don't feel like I could find whatever it takes in you to feel comfortable enough to put on a sexual performance.
So you know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Straight up. You there, the lights are on.
Yeah, for sure. I don't, it's normal to meet people that feel normal about it.
Okay. There we go. We're cooking.
I feel like it is more normal these days to meet and interact with people who feel normal about it.
You're one that's like, you treat them normal. They like you about that. They like that about you. That you can treat them normal. It's every day. You're not sitting there like, oh my God, you do this.
Being married to Jenna did have an impact on my view of sex workers and stuff. You know, not that my view was ever negative in any way. It just gave me maybe a more intimate understanding.
No, you seem chill about it all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like you said, when you're actually with one, you get to actually get a perspective,
a
real one. You know?
Yeah, Jenna her shit definitely comes from trauma. I'm never gonna tell. Well, I'm not gonna say I'm never gonna tell it. If she ceases to exist on this earth at any point in time, I'm not saying that I wouldn't do an interview about that, because if she never tells her story while she's alive, somebody's gonna want to tell it after she's not, and that's dark. I know that's fucking dark.
Sounds fucked up.
It is.
You say it out loud.
It does, but I'm a transparent person. Everybody knows that. Like,
you just didn't hide your hands. You just said, "Hey, I'll probably end up doing that."
Yeah,
you know?
I'm not going to lie about it. I don't bullshit. That's the thing about people. Is like, you're not going to call me on some shit because I've already called myself on it.
Right.
So yeah. I mean, Jenna's shit for sure. Her attitude, the way she acts, her whole fucking thing is definitely from trauma, and it started at a very, very, very early age, and that's all I'm going to say about that.
What's 3 things that you learned about yourself from the relationship being with Jenna?
I learned that I'm a clout chaser. Not inherently, that's just something that I learned, that I married her when I met her, I was not physically attracted to her. And I wanted to save her. I wanted to bring her back to the Jenna that was in the early 2000s. And arrogantly enough, I thought that I could. And I did. I definitely, it's like, I hate to just fucking quote Halsey verbatim, but I literally picked the bitch up off her knees and put her back.
Halsey. She did some shit with Youngblood,
She's
right?
fucking dope. Yeah.
Travis Barker on the
It's like Halsey said, I picked you up off your knees and put you right back on your feet just so you could take advantage of me. And that's what the fuck happened. Like, I really did. I brought her back, and people have said this to me, and I'm almost hesitant to say it, but y'all know I don't give a fuck. One of my members of my management team, he's like the owner of the management company. He told me today, he was like, at this point, she's just riding off of your coattail. Damn. And I felt like it was a symbiotic relationship. People at all, I mean, for real, who remembered Jenna Jameson before she married me? She wasn't in no fucking tabloids. Nobody was talking about her. All the fuck you ever heard about Jenna was whether she was walking with a walker or if she was in a fucking wheelchair because she had drank herself into oblivion. So I tried to bring her back. You know, dog, have you seen that movie The Dirt by Motley Crue?
Yeah.
Or about Motley Crue?
Yeah.
You know that scene where they got fucking Tommy, was it wasn't Tommy, it was fucking the lead singer of the band had he overdosed, and they were like, what the fuck is his name?
Them dudes used to shoot Jack Daniels and fucking cocaine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, their life was...
Nikki Sixx. So they got him in the fucking ambulance, and these two first responders are trying to bring Nikki back, and they can't, and they're calling this dude's like, I'ma call it. And dude goes, no, fuck that, this is Nikki Sixx. And he grabs like a big fucking handful of Narcan and just like plunges it into his chest. And Nikki sits up, he's like, ooh. And the dude's like, oh, fuck yeah. And he's like high-fiving his homie and shit. And that's how I felt. That's how I felt about Jenna. Like, that bitch was dead when I met her, basically. She was on death's door, and everybody around her, everybody who knew her was like, dog, we didn't think she was gonna make it. Like, you brought her back to life. And I was happy about that. I was like, she deserves that, which no the fuck she don't now that I know who the fuck she is. Sometimes you're saving people from their own karma. Think about that.